Committee of the Whole meeting to order at 7:16 p.m. Present are Council President Brossard, Council Members Glassburn, Madden, Scarl, and Shimsky, and our Assistant Law Director and guest. The purpose of tonight's meeting is to accept the rules of council, to nominate committee members for council committees, and appoint a president pro tempore. Regarding adopting the rules of council, are there any changes to be considered by council before accepting these rules?
None.
Seeing none, hearing none, is there a motion on the floor to accept the rules of council?
So moved.
Second.
Motion to accept the rules of council made by Councilman Glassburn, seconded by Councilman Madden. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Seeing none, the council rules are accepted by a vote of 4-0. Next, we'll move into setting council committees. I will read the list of proposed nominees for each committee, and a vote will be taken after said reading. Should there be any opposed, a vote for each seat would then be taken. For Building, Zoning, and Development, the chairperson will be Dwayne Lippert, the vice chairperson will be Chris Glassburn, and the member will be Mary Ellen Heeman. For Environmental Control, the chairperson will be Paul Shimsky, the vice chairperson will be Mark Madden, and the member will be Mary Gilchrist. For Finance, the chairperson will be Chris Glassburn, the vice chairperson will be Dwayne Lippert, and the member will be Chris Scarl. For Intergovernmental Relations, the chairperson will be Mark Madden, the vice chairperson will be Mary Gilchrist, and the member will be Paul Shimsky. For Public Safety, Health, and Welfare, the chairperson will be Chris Scarl, the vice chairperson will be Mary Ellen Heeman, and the member will be Mark Madden. For Recreation, Public Parks, and Buildings, the chairperson will be Mary Ellen Heeman, the vice chairperson will be Chris Scarl, and the member will be Dwayne Lippert. And finally, for Streets and Transportation, the chairperson will be Mary Gilchrist, the vice chairperson will be Paul Shimsky, and the member will be Chris Glassburn. Is there a motion on the floor to accept the proposed committee nominees as read?
So moved. Second.
Okay, motion to accept the proposed committee nominations as read was made by Councilman Scarl and seconded by Councilman Glassburn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, the proposed committee nominees are accepted by a vote of 4-0. Our last order of business is to nominate a president pro tempore. Are there any nominations for president pro tempore?
Mr. President, I'd like to nominate Councilperson Glassburn, please.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Great. Councilman Glassburn has been nominated as president pro tempore by Councilman Madden with a second from Councilman Scarl. Are there any other nominations? Seeing none, hearing none. With Councilman Glassburn having been nominated and receiving a second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries 4-0. As information to council, I will provide a committee of the whole report during tonight's council meeting, and I will read the nominations as presented. At that time, I will open the floor to adopt the rules of council, to approve committee nominations, and to approve the nomination to President pro tempore. Does anyone on council have any other matters to discuss this evening? With there being no other items to discuss on the agenda, I will close the committee of the whole meeting at 7:20 p.m.
Like, they have no choice in that matter.
The rose between two thorns or the thorn
Whoa.
between two roses?
Nah, I think it was the first one there, Miss Coffer.
So does that mean there's gonna be more heckling coming this way?
Oh, we already had that. We're done with that. She's, yeah, too much of that.
No, she's not there.
Motorola.
We said that, they just.
The caucus meeting of January 3rd, 2024 will now come to order at 7:47 PM. Present are members of council, Brossard, Glassburn, Madden, Scarl, and Shimsky, the mayor, the assistant law director, and the directors of finance, HR, safety, and service, as well as the special assistant to the mayor and guests. If there are no additions or corrections, the caucus meeting minutes of December 19th, 2023 are approved as written. There are no items on the agenda this evening for suspension. Moving into assigning legislation, Resolution 2023-155 will be assigned to Building, Zoning, and Development. Additionally, I'll be scheduling a special council meeting for next Tuesday, January 9th, 2024 at 7 p.m. to allow resolutions 2023-148, 149, 151, and 154 to have their third readings in order to meet deadlines. Scheduling committee meetings for Tuesday, January 9th, 2024. Councilman Glassburn, would you like to schedule a Building, Zoning, and Development Committee meeting?
So my notes suggest that that would be good to do at 6:35. Is that still the case? Okay, and BZD at 6:35.
Excellent. Councilman Scarl for Public Safety, Health, and Welfare.
Yes, I'd like to schedule a public safety, health, and welfare meeting for a liquor permit, number 7150036 for Macaroni Grill. How long will you have, Councilman?
5 minutes.
Okay, 6:35. So I'll schedule that for 6:40. And shouldn't take more than 5 minutes
Or less. Yep.
or less.
Yep. All right. Councilman Madden, would you like to schedule Intergovernmental Relations Committee?
6:30.
That was rhetorical.
6:40.
Yes, 6:40, please.
No, 6:30.
6:30.
6:30. Oh, 6:30, yeah,
Swoop in before me.
for 5 minutes.
All right, thank you. Does anyone on council have anything else they wish to bring up this evening? Anything from the administration?
No, Mr. President.
Thank you. Seeing nothing else, the caucus meeting of January 3rd, 2024 is adjourned at 7:50 p.m.